in the Rosen report, I don't read the other report, but these the substructure test with the types of soil below, and it was very impervious, 2 or 3 feet deep in that zone as well. So in this case, I think if those borings are accurate, you may not want to go deeper because it'd be causing a gap in the impervious surface.
Clay below that.
Okay. Commissioners, any other questions for these gentlemen while they're standing there?
Did you have an opportunity to review the second Rosen report, the one we just received?
Yes.
You know, there was a lot of different things in there, and there's a lot of stuff I'm not, you know, I can't prove either way because I'm not a scientist like he is, and I believe what he says, but is it true? You know, I know of is there an opportunity that the dune did come in front of the parking lot that in that area next to the Chamber of Commerce, as he states, do you think that it may start migrating left towards Stacy Boulevard as he states in our report? Do you think it's possible for that to occur in this?
For dunes to form.
He said if it left unattended, most likely the dune would establish in front of the parking lot that's in existence now and migrate left towards Stacy Boulevard, you know, creating more of a barrier beach, you know, dune system. I was reviewing that, and that was something new that I didn't have an opportunity to ask you before, but I just read that report this week.
I see this as an urban beach system. There really is no dune. We've gone through this many, many times. There's, you know, certainly wind transport of sand in this environment, but it's not a natural beach dune system, and it's going to be managed. It has to be managed because sand gets moved around, moves onto parking lots. It's not good. Take it off the parking lot. It's a managed system. We have to recognize it's a managed system.
There's a comment in here also, this type of seawall has been used successfully in many areas of the country and suited for this project because it provides excellent resistance to scour, which is a major call seawall distress and failure. Why? And why is that one significantly? Is it the stones? Is it the sheet pile? Is it the location?
It's both. It's because the sheet piles extend so deep into the soil. Many seawalls are damaged. In fact, I'm preparing 2 right now that were damaged by sand. It actually undermined and fell over. Basically, it lost soil from under the foundation, lost foundation support, and the wall fell over. These were walls that were replaced, built after the 1938 hurricane, and have survived up to this point. The sheet pile wall is driven deeply into the ground, so you're not going to undermine the system. And with the stone riprap that's being provided in front, you basically, as I said in the last meeting, I'm drawing a line in the sand, if you will. If you do get a storm that provides more erosion than what we've been led to believe occurs on that beach, typically it seems like that beach may accrete and erode somewhere in the range of about 2 feet. So we're extending our protection 2 feet below what we think that line is. But if, for some reason, we get the right storm with the right storm surge and duration, and we lose sand, we know we're going to hold a line at the elevation of that stone. Because that wall, the sheet pile wall, will fail because it becomes too exposed. As we lose more and more soil, it'll start to rotate and deflect. It's not like a normal gravity wall that will fall over, but it will deflect and bow up. And what we've done in the design here, because we've got soil that's conducive to being able to install the sheets, we'll be able to drive them into the depths that we need, and we have the ability to protect the front. It's a natural fit for this installation, in my opinion. In my 29 years of doing marine design, this is my recommended approach. And I've used it in other areas.
You ever had a wall fail?
Have I had a wall fail? No. Thank God.
And you can certainly see right adjacent to a project area where the wall is starting to be undermined. And this type of structure won't go through that type of deterioration.
Related to that, there was talk in the latest Rosen report that, you know, this lateral movement water hitting the wall and then pushing, especially down at the west end,
What's that?
where there may be some
Talk about
scour.
much.
Yes. And you're comfortable with that still? You don't see that as a potential, that it won't have any effect on the adjacent property?
We haven't seen that effect with the existing, wall of the building.
Okay.
Much similar situation. We're actually land of where the building is. So no, we don't see that.
And as you stated, wouldn't bringing the wall back would eliminate that possibility totally, because it's not at 2 feet the other way, right? So on that corner, if you bring the seawall back, you bring the wall back 9 to 10 feet.
Right, so it's gonna dissipate the waves even more.
Right, so, because I mean, I did see some scouring there, I understand too, but I'm not an expert, I don't know what it was caused by, but I feel that if it was moved back, that may not be in play.
In the sheet wall that's going in, you indicated that you would put on the print, put in some weep holes to allow the dry well there to bleed out.
Correct.
And in that latest print that I saw, it didn't show the holes, it didn't show any filter fabric in front of the holes to keep the sand from washing out.
I believe that the plans that you have currently do not indicate those weep holes below grade. They just indicate scuppers that are
And I'm
placed
just
above the sidewalk.
asking about something else, about having filter fabric
There
on
will
that too. Oh, okay.
Correct, there will be.
Because
We'll have
otherwise
crushed
you have a little
stone,
bit of voids underneath there.
and we'll have crushed stone, and we'll wrap it in a couple of layers of filter fabric.
Did the commission want, because it came in last Friday, the construction of the wall plan, did you want anyone to speak to that?
I understand it just because of the nature of my business, but if someone else wants to see it or has questions about it, by all
The
means.
only thing that was confusing to me was
Let's put it
it did show that there was filter fabric. It didn't show how far the filter fabric was going.
Cross section. I believe the only filter fabric that we show now is under the stone riprap in front of the wall.
Oh, okay, that's what, that I
Yes.
saw. But that's all that there is, huh?
Yes, there will be more filter fabric added behind the seawall to basically stop what your concern is basically an erosion of the soil behind there as water passes through the weep holes.
You see here, the only place that it shows is on there.
It should be, it's filter fabric
Right
shown
here.
Yeah, it just shows that one line right there.
Yes, and now that will, we will actually, I'll use my finger.
You want a,
Oh, yeah.
Where? So basically, we'll have some kind of weep holes that come through the wall right there. So there'll be a slug of crushed stone placed in there
Yeah.
with fabric around it. So we'll take this fabric, drop it down around, collect any water, and allow it to come through. And the wall has been designed for the worst case. If we flood the entire parking lot and everything's saturated and then Mother Nature takes the water away on the ocean side, the wall will not fail. We have a factor of safety that allows that to stay in place.
Thank you. One thing that was also asked was, have we, I mean, it's one of those, in my opinion, classic examples of the wall is stopping, they're doing some flood prevention by its existence. But is it, this part is a relatively close issue, but I'm talking about as it tapers back to the back of the lot, are we creating a ponding effect to any detriment to offsite onto Commercial Street? I know we've gone over that a little bit before, but I don't know if I ever got a comfortable response. I know the stormwater management has been met, but I'm worried about that.
Okay, Rob, one question I asked was to show the numbers of waters kept on site.
Okay.
I think you should have that ready as well.
Yeah, is there a,
Better plan?
yeah, the existing conditions plans,
About the lower section.
urban
No.
land plan?
That's not